New magnetic pre-painted terrain sets are actually pretty dope.
Spiky bits.
Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Rob Bear from SpikyBits.com, and in this video, I wanted to talk a little bit about a great terrain set from Squad Marks that has really come a long ways with their development and from their first offering way back when to what they got right now. And best of all, it all comes in one easily transportable box. Hey, look, I get it, right? Like, if you want to play Warhammer 40K, you got to have the correct set of terrain for the whole, I guess now chapter approved 40K layouts, which, you know, yeah, okay, the internet has a lot to say, like, oh, 40K is like soulless now, and, you know, everything's kind of watered down. But at the end of the day, if you want to play, you got to pay the troll toll. So you got to get a cool set. And I can't think of, well, I can think of two sets, and this is definitely one of them. This is the cooler of the two, I feel like, because it's easy to break it down and it's easy to reset back up. And what I really like about this is, one, I think it's still on sale right now, but two, just the fact that they've come so far in the design process over the years, that's what I like when it comes to stuff like this. So here's some pictures. I don't have any pictures quite yet of me playing on this terrain, which I'm gonna do after I record this little video here. So future Rob will get back to you here in a second. But the cool thing about this set is you can get WTC terrains in GW layouts, or just one vice versa. But I feel like modularity is the king when it comes to this stuff. And no matter what, there's always gonna be ruins in Warhammer 40K, so why not just get a dope set that's gonna work good for you? So you can check it out over on squadmarks.com, but I wanna actually show you the product now, because they sent me this set. They sent me some of the mouse pad layouts, the neoprene material, which I really dig as well. And I have the acrylic ones from the last set they did. But I wanna get it on the table here and show you guys why I think this is so cool, and definitely, in my opinion at least, worth your hobby dollars. So there is a little bit of setup here for this set, but not too bad because it's already pre-painted and such. And it's not like who wants to spend time painting their own terrain when we've got all these like unpainted backlog of minis already. So when you get this box and you open it up, and it's a standard Squad Marks box, if you got one of these before, they've got the smaller terrain for the smaller layouts. That's, you know, all the 2-inch height technically. And these are cool because they just pop out and then you just kind of slot them into each other. It's really high quality card. It's the same stuff that the terrain itself is made out of. And then you're gonna get the rest of the stuff in here. Depending on what you get, your neoprene designs might come in here and stuff. And I didn't open mine yet because I just kind of wanted to show you before I started assembling everything how it all looks. But I've already played around with it and I'm already really impressed. So I'm taking some out of the case here. But this is pretty much how it comes, and everything what you want to pay attention to is these parts right here, which are your little corner supports, and these little 3M stickers, which don't throw those out. Those aren't desiccant bags. These are actually really important, and I'll show you here in a second exactly why. So this is the basic, like, I guess, components of each building section, depending on what you're gonna do. Now here's the popped out ones that I already did. Now these ones are 100% reversible depending on what you need to do and depending on the layout from Games Workshop, because from last year to this year, they pretty much kept the layouts the same for the most part. But in case you need to turn something inside out, you can. Same with these. They do assemble inside and out. They have magnets inside of them, which makes it even easier to kind of put together. And I'll show you exactly how that goes. As soon as I find one of these, there it is. We needed a floor section. So like I said, a little bit of assembly, but not too bad. You can see the indentions for the rare earth magnets that are in these. There they are right there. So you fold it and then like I said, you can reverse it. Same with this. It's got folds, it's pretty sturdy. You can tell it's definitely made for a little bit of, you know, use. And you can pop out the doors / windows if you really want to. I guess those are probably technically windows. And then they also pop back in pretty easily if you're like, oh, you know what? My game club doesn't want that, or I don't want my set to be like that, then just pop it right back in. But you'll notice here these little outlines that are very hard to see, but they are right there. And that's what these little not desiccant bags are. They're little rubber stops. And all you got to do is take these little rubber stops and put them on here. And they got a decent amount of tack on them. So you can reuse them if you want to turn this particular piece inside out because the layout changes or something like that. But the reason we're putting those on there is because we're going to put the magnet on here too, just like that. And now you're probably like, well, you know, that looks okay. It does have a lot of support right here. Like I can push down and I'm not worried about I'm actually pushing down pretty hard and I'm not worried about my minis popping out. But another really cool feature are these little corner stopper pieces, which once you get it together and once you assemble this, it's definitely not permanent and it's very easy to go through and redo it all. You just put that on the end and it makes it even sturdier, believe it or not, if that was even a thing. And there it is. Now you've got your corner and you just go through, take 5 minutes. We're gonna see how long it takes. I might as well just do it right now, I suppose, and see how long it takes to get them all assembled. And then remember, you've got a whole box that this will all fit back in. And okay, sure, you might have to just like pop it apart like that or something and maybe just pop these on to play a game real quick and stack these in the box. But either way, it's gonna break down very easily, I feel like. And to put away and such. So let's get to it and see how long it'll take to get it together. Wow, okay, that was kind of fun. So the neat thing about this is you're gonna have a lot of these little stickers left over, which I would definitely save those so you can turn them inside out. I got an extra corner piece here, which I was like, okay, cool. So maybe I'll reach out and get the other half of that, or just send it back to them so we can use it for somebody else. But yeah, I mean, the double-sided ones are very sturdy. These come with the little guides printed on both sides, which I think is pretty neat. For the Mark II version, I would definitely probably recommend that he puts it on both sides of these. But, or maybe I was just blind and didn't notice and just did it, but I don't remember seeing them. But either way, it's very easy. You just line it up with that little corner of the door right there. It's just easy peasy on that one. Some of these ones were a little bit tighter, so I had to bend them a little bit more to get them to stick, which, you know, I guess there's some variance sometimes depending on your glue and stuff. And obviously you want to work with the material and not against it, I guess, when it comes to that. But so far I'm pretty impressed with these. And like I said, you know, these are definitely very sturdy. So now let's get it laid out on a table with a mat and see what we see. So here's the terrain all laid out, and it's pretty cool. It was really fun setting it up. You can see where I put some of the corner pieces and then in the middle sections there, you use the same pieces just as one section. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, the ruins do not 100% match the GW layouts, if you know what I mean. So for instance, you can see in this picture from the Chapter Approved 2025 layout, the lighter colored ruins right here, which I'm going to show you with my pointer now that I have a pointer. You can see right here, like, these are suggested. It says in it that this is suggested layouts. Use the terrain you have, right? So in theory, this is like 4 inches apart right here. Is generally what it's supposed to be. And right here is about 4 inches and 4 inches. So land raiders and armatures and things can go through here unabated and across here and in here. Now, when it comes to what I just showed you there, so here you can see the picture I just showed you, right? And this is that same gap. I don't know why it displays like this on here, but you can see that it's not quite exactly the same as the Games Workshop layout. And the same over here, like in theory, if you're going by that, this right here should be just a smidge longer. If you're going by the ruin layout in the Games Workshop, like, you know, pack. And my response to that is, hey, if you're that worried about this terrain, go touch some grass. Like, I played on this terrain just fine. I played on the Frontline Gaming terrain just fine. None of this stuff is made exact. And just the fact that the price point is pretty affordable if you already have these like neoprene matte things right here. I feel like it's not that big of a deal. Like, if you can just kind of home rule it a little bit and kind of get around that, hey, this might be an extra ½ an inch, or you can put like some little barricades across there or something like that, just to give you that little extra oomph that you might need. This is really cool terrain, and I feel like it's not a big deal to pick this up and just play with it, so you have basically the standards. The really big thing that matters is the layouts, to be honest with you. I mean, the size of the ruin isn't always exact, and that's why they give you on this this thing right here. That's why they say, hey, you know, this is your 2-inch terrain, this is your 4-inch terrain. These are ruins, you can't go through here. So there's easier ways to designate it, and I feel like for friendly games and even tournament games, you can just be like, hey, for this, you know, for this layout right here, it's all like this, and it's really not a big deal, I don't feel like. Now let's take a look at the terrain itself, jump back to that. So like I was saying, $165. This doesn't get you the layouts that you might need. So if you already have a set, they didn't change from last time. So if you already have, you know, either neoprene or acrylic or even MDF bases, you just need this right here and you're up and going. Everything folds right into the box and you're done. So, you know, I think it's a really neat set and a really cool offering, and it really shows a lot of progression on the part of Squad Marks from their first initial offerings to what they have now. They've refined their product. They've made a really good product. It's not about putting on a Kickstarter to just make money. It's not about, you know, it's about a community. They have a store. They're in it to be part of the community and not be like a no-name cash grab that we see a lot out there, right? And I feel like, to me as a consumer, with so much negativity in the space and Games Workshop being a bad actor in some regards to different departments and things, I think this, to see companies like Squad Marks and Frontline Gaming and, you know, I don't know, Pop Goes the Monkey, Elric's Hobbies, all the companies that we like to work with and help promote and help give that share of voice to folks like you listening to these videos, that means a lot to me, because these, in my mind at least, are the folks out here doing the right things by the hobby and not treating it as like a cash grab. You know what I mean? So I don't know, just keep those things in mind. I think, you know, that was my little soapbox moment. We can't get through a video without that. But to me, that's what's important in my hobby journey in 2025, because there's a lot of negativity out there, but there's still a lot of positives. And I feel like a lot of these companies are part of the positive. So, you know, thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I think it's a really cool set. Let me know what you think. And yeah, check it out. You know, squadmarks.com. Scoop this up. They have all sorts of terrain. They got the bases and everything like that. And I use their magnet bases quite frequently, so I'm always be buying stuff from there.
Thanks for watching. Supporting us is super easy. Just click on the article links provided, subscribe, or follow us right here. And remember, next time you're searching for the best Warhammer news, type Spiky Bits into Google to get the most accurate info. See you in the next one.
Spiky Bits.